Good morning, everyone. I'm Rick.
Good morning, guys. I'm Andrea.
And you're watching Living in Italy Under Lockdown and Quarantine on Travel Addicts Life.
Day 34, April 10th. Good Friday today.
Yes, it is a Good Friday
It's
today.
Good Friday today, yes.
The sun is shining.
Sun is shining and...
I'm wearing my favorite color.
You look like an Easter bunny a little
I
bit.
look like an Easter bunny a little bit. Just wait till Sunday's video.
Oh, hey. Are you gonna have bunny hair and stuff?
Oh, well, that's not a bad idea. If you guys want to see me wearing bunny ears, let me know.
I don't know where I can find them now. Everything is closed.
Yeah, I know. That's kind of funny. I might have to make them.
Yeah, maybe out of cotton balls. And...
Cotton balls or maybe aluminum foil.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay, so did you guys check out the cruise videos from yesterday?
Yeah, I think it was like a fun one. Good memories about the disco deck party.
Yeah.
Looking forward to another one.
Those are the days.
Yeah, I'll come back.
They'll come back. We might have to wait a little while, but I like the carnival one. The carnival one was fun because they actually take you around the ship and you see it, and that's kind of fun.
This is gonna do something like that too.
Yeah, maybe.
So Sunny was asking us yesterday on YouTube about where are we in Italy. So we are in the city of Modena, and you might know our city for a few things, such as
Ferrari.
Ferrari, yes, exactly. The Ferrari factory is right here. The Maserati factory is here.
Do you know something about Ferrari?
Mm-hmm.
When the factories open, you know this, but our viewers don't. They drive their Ferraris right by our house all the time. They test them. They go from 0 to 150, back to 0, back to 150, right by our house. And I'm kind of going, why don't they just drop one of those Ferraris by the house for me to test drive?
Yeah, sure. You can test drive one, actually. There's a place here in Maranello where you can test one for a few euros for a few minutes. And
yeah, it's called Push Start.
Yeah.
And they let you rent a Ferrari. You can rent it for 10 minutes. You can rent it for an afternoon.
Yeah, depends how much you want to spend. And actually, it's not that expensive. And that's a good opportunity to test drive one.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So what else is in Modena?
Well, there's the famous Duomo, which was built like more than 1,000 years ago, which is really, really old. It's a beautiful church inside, very mystical.
The church is incredibly old.
It's really beautiful.
In fact, the church is kind of like two churches.
Yeah.
You have the ancient church, which is really old, and then you have the old church.
Well, no, it's the crypt. You go down, and there's the old crypt with the Saint Gimignano, which is the saint patron of Modena, is buried. Yeah, that's very famous in Modena. We have the Duke Palace. Modena used to be his own country till 1858 when Italy was unified, and we used to have a duke. Yeah. And
actually, the Duke's Palace is right there. And today it's used by the military.
Yeah, today's a military. And there's another Duke Palace here in our little town just outside Modena, which used to be the summer holiday home for the Duke. It's actually quite beautiful. It's open to the public. It's like a museum. It's beautiful.
Yeah, it's quite nice. I love the frescoes.
Frescoes everywhere.
And they have these just for fun because they didn't really have Netflix and iPads hundreds of years ago. On the frescoes they put paintings of little like monkeys and children playing, but they're all kind of hidden, and you kind of have to you have to know that it's there.
There's a parrot, there's a monkey, and there's a cage, an empty cage, and the parrot escaped from the cage. It's actually quite cool. It's lots of details in the frescoes that are really beautiful.
Yeah, it's really neat. And what else? Oh, you might have seen me with my block of cheese. This is Parmesan, and this is the real cheese. This is the king of cheese. And how do you know it's the king of cheese? On it says Parmiggiano Reggiano. Yeah. That's the stuff.
It's made.
This is the one you want to get. It's kind of expensive though.
Not really. If you consider that it's like aged for 3 years.
Yeah.
Like
2 to 3 years.
2 to 3 years. So. But it tastes like, I don't know how many liters of milk. 500 liters of milk to make a wheel. So consider that. It's not that expensive.
But in Costco in North America, they have a 30-month Parmigiano Reggiano, both in Canada and the United States, and it's the same one we get here.
And
here
it's the same price that we get in here. So it's Quite good.
In North America, it's like $20 a kilo or something like that. $20 a kilo is nothing.
That's a good price.
So if you guys all think that it's expensive and all that sort of stuff, just head on down to your local Costco and you can buy it. And you'll know because it's wrapped up in paper.
Yeah, here you can go to the market. Actually, Modena is another famous market. It's called Mercato Albinelli. It's like really beautiful with all this specialty from the area. Like another one, which is balsamic vinegar.
That's right.
This is the real deal. Again, it's made in barrel and it's aged for like
this one's about 30 years old.
30 years old, yeah. There's at least 12 years old minimum, and then 25 years old is actually the good stuff. And you can see it's super thick when you try it.
Yeah,
it's delicious.
But if you can't afford that one, or if you don't want to use that for everyday use, you can buy something like this, which is, as you can see, it's
more industrial, but
more
still
industrial.
quite good.
Yeah,
and it's still made in Modena. And it's really
this one's
good.
Costs about $20 in North America, and actually it's good. It's definitely good. But the really good stuff, you pull this out for the guests,
or for a treat.
And Andrea makes something very typical of this area as well.
Yeah. It's called nocino. It's made out of walnuts. Actually, soon we have to make it, the new batch. Every year I make a batch, and it's made out of walnuts, and it's very, I would say,
boozy.
Not boozy. That was not. It's digestive. It's good for your tummy after a heavy meal. It's delicious. Yeah. Another thing in our town is the Palazzo Museum. It's actually really beautiful. There's lots of like old paintings, and there's a statue of Bernini and
yes, the Palazzo di Musei.
Yeah, Palazzo di Musei. It's quite beautiful and quite remarkable if you have time to go and visit this.
Well, what's unique about the Palazzo di Musei is that it's this gigantic building filled with tons of different museums, which is a perfect translation.
What I think is actually quite beautiful about that is not very famous yet in Italy, so you can go and visit it like with practically no people. It's beautiful because if you go to Florence to the Uffizi Gallery, is amazing, but usually are like thousands and thousands of tourists. But here you can just visit by yourself and admire this beautiful painting. And
there's the library.
There's the famous library, and they have documents from pretty much everybody.
The archives.
The archives
are there.
Yeah.
It's really incredible building, and normally we just go there on an afternoon and just sort of hang out,
walk around, and you can see this beautiful.
Flip through books made by whoever.
In the medieval time. Yeah, there's lots of remarkable things to see in this city, and the city hall is actually quite beautiful too. There's frescoes, and the old city hall is quite beautiful.
Yeah. So if you guys ever come out to Modena, please look us up, and we'll be happy to take you around. In other news, we're going to be talking about our photo contest. Provide some more information at the end of the video.
Yep.
Now,
what else do we have? Cooking, yes. There's going to be a cooking class from a friend of ours that doesn't live far from here. She has a cooking school, and she wants to do remote cooking classes. So she's going to host a cooking show and demonstration for you next week. So we'll keep you informed.
Yes, we'll do it. We'll try and arrange it so that it's on quarantine cocktails and cooking.
Yeah.
So next week, probably next Friday, but more details to come.
To follow, yeah.
Exactly.
And again, it's going to be the tiramisu making tomorrow, so stay tuned for that. I think that's about it for today.
I have a joke of the day.
Oh, you have a joke of the day.
I have a joke of the day.
Please tell.
So the Surgeon General says that wearing a mask inside your home is now highly recommended.
Really?
Yeah.
How come?
Well, it's not to prevent the virus, but it's actually to stop eating.
So funny.
Oh, goodness. Okay. Photo contest. So
yeah, we're waiting for your photos. Send them to the our website or to
info@traveladdictslife.com. Email them in, and we're gonna be providing you the best ones, sometime in the future.
Yes, we'll show the photo of your travels. We're looking forward to see them. Yeah,
sounds good.
And don't forget quarantine cocktail on Sunday, Easter Sunday at 10 a.m. Pacific, at 1 p.m. Eastern Time, and 7 p.m.
Italy.
Europe.
See you at Quarantine Cocktail.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.